Welcome to Snail Trail 4x4. Today's 2-Minute Tuesday. We're going to be discussing ground clearance. Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Jett, and today we're going to be discussing ground clearance and how it could help and possibly hinder your Toyota off-roading performance. But first, let's figure out and define what is ground clearance. Let's put 2 minutes down on this clock. Boom. So ground clearance is the measurement from the ground to the lowest part of your vehicle. You can have a few different types of ground clearances. You can have an axle ground clearance, which is from the ground to the lowest part of your axle, which is probably the bottom of the diff. Or you can have a chassis ground clearance, which I measured here on Bobcat a little earlier, which is from the ground to the lowest part of the chassis. For me, it was just underneath my T-case, 22 inches on Bobcat. A lot of the King of the Hammers people are posting their specs of their vehicles right now, and I'm finding that around 20 inches is what most of them are going with. So Bobcat's not too far off. What does a high ground clearance vehicle benefit? Or what does it benefit while off-roading? That really tells me that I can drive over any obstacle, Volkswagen Bug or rock or anything, and if it's less than 22 inches tall, I don't have to worry about it hitting anything really underneath my vehicle. Because when you drive over that with your axles, you're making it clear the axle, but then when you come down, you're not going to hit anywhere on the undercarriage. So that's a really big benefit. If you raise the vehicle, you are also changing the center of gravity higher. And what does a center of gravity higher mean? It means when you're pretty much max articulated out, you have a big chance of rolling over or tipping on its side. So if you don't want to do that, you don't want to raise the vehicle, you don't want to get a higher ground clearance, you want to keep it low. But then you can't drive over big obstacles. So what do you do to fix this? Larger tires gets that axle up and lifts everything else up. Bigger axles to keep a lot of weight down low, and then only a marginal lift. So the center of gravity is going up because you're raising everything, but you've got a lot of weight down below, so you're bringing that center of gravity back down. That's one of the best tricks that I know. But please leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys do to keep your center of gravity low while raising your ground clearance. I'm curious to know what other tricks and trades there are out there. Don't forget, hammer down on the subscribe button to follow along on these 2-Minute Tuesdays in this epic adventure. And don't forget, keep crawling.
Snail Trail 4x4.